Hello, I'm ABX and welcome back to the video. Today I want to talk about servers for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This is a really serious issue, especially for Minecraft Xbox players, where there is currently only 2 or 3 servers available. One of the big selling points of having, Bedrock or Java is having these servers, so why are there so few of them? Especially since last year we were promised a couple of new servers, and although one is pretty much finished, one hasn't really been heard of for quite some time, and that server I wanted to talk about today, give you a bit of a preview of, and then talk about when it might be coming out, because HIVE has made a few announcements recently, and today's video is all about that server. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. First of all though, I'd like to mention a paid promotion from Amino Apps. So Amino is a mobile network of communities from across the world of every interest that you can probably imagine. There's stuff like K-pop, there's following specific YouTubers, and there's even a Minecraft Amino, which I wanted to mention today because you can do so many things in any given interest on there, such as with the Minecraft Amino, where you can check out, content that has been created by other people, you can make quizzes, you can make polls, you can, just talk about what's going on in live real time, as well as just talking about the thing in real time. You can also talk to other people, direct in text, voice, or even an avatar chat. And finally, I want to mention that I actually did a quiz on the app. I checked out some of the best quizzes, and I got a score of 79 on the Minecraft console TU54 quiz. If you want to try the same quiz and see if you can place better than that, because apparently that's better than 96% of all players, then check out the app yourself and let me know if you can beat me. If you want to check it out, there are going to be links in the description down below for Android and for iOS, and thank you to Amino for sponsoring them. Let's get straight into it though, and let's start talking about HIVE MC for mobile, because we recently heard some new stuff, because we hadn't really heard anything from the HIVE team since the big announcement last year, but what we have recently found out is they made a few announcements about what exactly is going on, and I thought they were interesting, maybe you will too, because it kind of confirms, that there is going to be a difference with their server and all of the other ones. So the reason that the HIVE server is back in the news though is because they recently tweeted saying, when will Bedrock launch? 2-ish months. We're one of the only servers with software built specifically for Bedrock. Our games are completely remade, and we want lots of custom content for you to unlock and enjoy. We love working on this, and we can't wait for you to play it. So that just happened a few days ago, and obviously that confirms that within the next 2 to 3 months we're going to see a brand new server, and that's really exciting by itself, because again, on Bedrock every new server is a significant jump in like your options, therefore they have to compete a bit more, and therefore there's actually more going on in terms of choices, as opposed to just playing the one server that might have a game mode you want in a way you might want to play it. Having more servers, more competition, always a good thing, I believe, as a the end user, and therefore yeah, HIVE MC coming to that is pretty darn exciting. And then they made a quick Q&A on their forums, and I figured I'd read it to you because it kind of confirms something interesting that all the servers are doing here, because they said, so is it the same server and games but on Bedrock? And they said no, it's going to be a brand new server. We'll be adapting some of the classic games that are loved on the HIVE, but they'll be made with new Bedrock platforms in mind. So in case you're curious as to what games are loved on the HIVE and might be coming over, they already confirmed Death Run would be, and also games that are pretty popular include Block Party. Again, probably seen gameplay of that elsewhere, but watch me play in the background, you gotta go on the right blocks. Really kind of fun game mode, would be cool to see that in Bedrock. It looks like they do want to, rather than just pushing the boat by saying, oh, here's our version of Skywars, instead they're going to have that stuff presumably, but alongside that they're making new game modes like their existing ones on the PC, which is kind of cool. So also they confirmed that it's not the same server, it's just got the same name and it's by the same people, because having a Bedrock server has no overlap between having a Java server, which is why again all the other servers have taken so long. And in the same Q&A, because this is from just after the server was announced and they started putting it together, they said, when are you launching the server? The plan is before the end of the year, but we have a lot of work still to do. The timeline is constantly changing, and that's quite clear from the fact that this was obviously 2017 when they did this, and the plan was by the end of 2017. So the fact that it's been pushed back 5 months already should give you a good idea that even though they say 2 to 3 months, again, everything on Bedrock there's extra delays because it is a kind of brand new platform that isn't as well versed, as well explored as the the other versions. So finally, I want to mention a little bit from the will my ranks and stats carryover, because they say as this is a brand new server, your stats will be done in a completely new way. There's not going to be any carryover from the Java to the Bedrock, and the reason I wanted to go through these is because it's a good point to mention that Bedrock servers are just such a fundamentally different thing to Java servers. Whereas the Java support has been in there for the server clients since day one, it's always been different with Bedrock, where the tools have had to be made from scratch, and even then they were made in the early days of like 0.7, 0.8, etc. Like the Minecraft multiplayer has always been a thing for that version of the game, but it was never the priority at the start, and they kind of have to go back and make it more of a priority as they go forwards. But while they want to do that, there's also all these other things they've got to focus on, like, oh yeah, players want to see new updates all the time, as well as people want to see all these other features come over, and it's just a really interesting kind of peek into the behind the curtains of Bedrock servers, that there is so much effort to do so. And that's why if you want to have a Minecraft Java server, guess what, you can pay one of any companies like $2, you can get a server easily done. However, if you want to have a Minecraft Bedrock server and you don't want it to be a Minecraft realm, then your options are really quite limited, because again, if you want to be on the Xbox, well, you're going to need to have an official partnership with Microsoft, you have to pay them the 30% cut, you have to go through all these steps that isn't going to happen for a small server, and I wonder if that is necessarily a good or a bad thing, because again, right now, the results are definitely worse on Bedrock. The reason these servers go through so much effort before they launch is because they want to be better, but even then, there's just flaws in the code putting it together, making everything work. I've spoken with a few of the server owners, and they all seem to have this, vision where they want to have it good. It's not that they don't want it to be good, it's that it's really, really tricky to get that, kind of coding from scratch. It's like having an indie game that you build from scratch, the MPVP guys said. That's why Bedrock servers are so hard to get right. That's why there's so few Bedrock servers. That's why you probably can't have Bedrock server, and I wonder what Mojang themselves can even do to change this, because again, maybe it's just not something they see as a priority, but maybe instead they want to do something big, but they're waiting for the right time, or they're still, doing it in the kind of behind the scenes thing. I don't know for sure. I just know that the server community on Bedrock does have its flaws, but hopefully seeing a brand new server, hopefully having another person in the game, another set of developers working on this problem together, having all these people work on the same problem in different ways is going to result in a lot of, again, like, one server does something cool, people want to see it, and given that, HIVE MC wants to take over their existing games, like the Block Party perhaps, like you saw, like the Death Run, and because they want to have stat tracking, they want to have all these other interesting Java Edition features on the Bedrock, that at least gives me hope for the future. So yeah, why do Minecraft Bedrock servers, suck compared to Java? Because they had to build from an entirely different framework. It's not supported by the game itself, sort of, like, again, not in the same way at the very least, where it was supported from the start of Java, and because of that, there's a lot of delays, but you can expect to see a brand new server soon, and you can expect the quality of each server to go up slowly over time, not only because, again, they're going to be improving themselves, but also because the game is going to be improving support for them, and also because there's more servers for them to, like, kind of share work, or at least, look at each other and see what's going on there, and that is why I'm optimistic about the future of Bedrock, but, and servers and stuff, but I wouldn't be optimistic right now. I would say there's some time to go, and until we see something from Mojang saying otherwise, then that's something you can keep in mind. So I hope you did enjoy this video, hope it informed you in some way about not only the HIVE MC, but servers as a whole. If you liked it, you can like the video and let me know. You can share it if you really liked it, and you can subscribe with notifications turned on if you want to keep on seeing these videos. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all later for the live stream. Goodbye.